Okay, so everything's set up on my end. Is both our racers ready?
I'm ready.
1 second, just need to get back to the title screen.
Sure. All right, hello everyone. We're starting losers round 1 here with Teddy Yoshi and Julian. And on commentary today we have JPEP and Curtis.
Hi, that's us.
Alright, and it looks like both of our runners are ready. So let me just get this up and we will get this started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, good luck to both.
Okay, so they started at around the same time, which is good. At least on the stream delay they did.
Oh, alright, we're having some issues? No, it's okay.
Julian a good knockdown there to get one Pikmin, but unfortunately he whistled multiple times. Interesting setup from Teddy, but it still works somehow.
2 good day 1 extinctions here from both players. No big time loss on the very beginning of the run.
Julian forgetting they have to mash A.
Yeah, that was
Time.
unfortunate. Was that a frame perfect re-entry from Teddy? I think that was.
It looked like it.
Teddy's staying very far from the onion for this. I feel like that is a little suboptimal.
Yeah, a little bit. Julian's staying like very far away.
Yeah, I don't think he punched down the second pellet.
No, he did. It's on the ground there. He can move towards the pellet during the lockout though and still be fine, I think.
Right.
Teddy didn't get the one shot, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's just gonna... He's gonna have to be careful about the timing of the cutscene, but it should be okay.
Julian didn't even go for the deloading strat, but it didn't matter because the bulk orb noticed him pretty quickly. And he got the one shot, so save a little bit of time.
Catching a little bit. No Louis skip attempt from Teddy. And I'm guessing you won't see one from Julian. Ooh.
Even if you don't attempt Louis skip, you should put Louis away from the onion and switch to him to activate the cutscene. So that the sprouts fall during the lockout and you don't waste that lockout on the next day.
For those of us who are not sure what Curtis is referring to by lockout, it's a period after watching a cutscene where you are unable to have your inputs registered by the game.
Yeah, like usually stuff like treasures getting into the ship also can't happen during that lockout. So there's a lot of optimization stuff to consider because of that mechanic. For instance, like having stuff happen in the background while you're doing stuff with lockout. Ooh, Julian activating that cutscene because
Oh, yep.
he was messing around with Olimar for some reason.
So in the non-Louis skip route, you usually want to activate this cutscene of Louis watching the seed fall on day 4 instead of day 3. But yeah, if you get too close to the onion, then it can happen right now.
It wouldn't have been the end of the world if the pellets got sucked up into the onion before he watched the cutscene, but unfortunately the timing was the worst of both worlds.
At least he shouldn't be losing any Pikmin to this.
Ah, you gotta end the day, dude. You only have 14. What are you doing? You're still on day 3.
Yeah, I think he's a little... Oh, yeah, he got it. It's alright. Might have been a little confused by the unusual count from that Louis skip, or Louis cutscene. Right, Teddy is crushing the first paper bag on the other side. Five carries. And another frame perfect enter from Julian.
Julian, you gotta get 2 reds on that first pellet.
Yeah, because you're limited by getting 15 for crushing the bag, so you want to speed that up as much as possible.
Like, not only are you limited by getting 15, but you already messed up and got the pellet from the Louis cutscene. So you already have an extra Pikmin.
Yep. Successful egg push attempt from Teddy, though he doesn't push the egg. Oh, yeah, he does. Closer to the cliff.
It's not right up against the wall, though, I don't think.
Yeah, it isn't. There's still a little bit of distance.
Okay, he's gonna just push it a little closer.
That makes sense. Trying to get a better drop location for the nectar so he can flower as many Pikmin as possible. Is that all flowers, or is there... Nope, there's a leaf in there.
He tried to be slick with that. Unfortunately, the long throws to try and one-shot that ballboard just don't work in that position. Because the devs thought they were being really cool and putting invisible walls above the bags so you couldn't just skip stuff. But the invisible walls are still there even after you crush the bags. Which is an excellent game mechanic.
I did not know that. That's very interesting. So that's why they just fly weirdly at this point.
Yeah, it's relevant on day 7 in AT because okay, that's not the end of the world for Julian. Because
oh yeah, my types.
Okay, so he killed 2, so he can't like switch his route from that. But luckily he wasn't doing egg push, so he could just get the other nectars.
That's 4 extra Pikmin he's gonna get, right? From the
Yeah,
5%,
he should still get these. Even though, like, he's still gonna have to get the Bulborb, but he should still get those Matites, so that was the correct decision.
Bunch of Pikmin didn't get nectared, says Pine Chat. Yep, that's very true. That's like
Having-
a good 10 leaves at least.
Having those leaves isn't as big of a deal as you think, though.
Because you're gonna turn them into purples?
You could do that. I wouldn't advise doing that, but I just think, like, it only loses, like, a second or two on the globe carry. And it means that those leaf reds are going to get to the wall in Awakening Wood a little bit later, which isn't really that big of a deal on that split. Probably going to cost like a second or something there.
Right, Teddy and AC. Nice Bulborb pattern here. That's not gonna get in the way too much.
Yeah, it was pretty good. You can notice the difference between having leaf reds here and having all flowers a lot more in enemy or the no major exploits categories, because you always have all of your reds flowered before going into Awakening Wood in that category. But in Payoff Debt and All Treasures, like the normal versions, you're always going to have leaves because you always grow reds after nectaring.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, having a few extra leaves isn't really that big of a deal in the vanilla categories.
Where does enemy flower for the second time after red growth?
You only flower once in No Major Exploits,
Mhm.
but you grow all your reds before going to the second bag.
Right, I see. Oh yeah, you don't get either the Bulborb or the what's it called? Pellet, right?
Okay, so Teddy took the long way around the Bulborbs to make sure that he didn't lose anyone. But he took extra time as a result of that because of having to get all his leaves on the globe. Julian is... Oh wow, that pathing.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that went right through all of the Bulborbs and back again.
He also made it awkward for himself because he loaded the cap first before going for the citrus.
Yeah. So he had lost some leaf reds, sorry, flower reds already on that.
If it's close citrus, then it's actually debatable whether you want to get the citrus moving before the cap, because it's not really out of the way and it makes the sub-level like way easier. But when it's far citrus, you need to just rush in there and get it moving and then go back for the cap, because stuff like that can happen if you don't have like all your reds.
Eddie's route to the left of the Bulborb at the start of EC2 also cost him a little time here because the purples had to walk around the globe a little more before they reached a point where they could grab on.
Julian just killing them immediately.
Yeah, without the purples.
And he didn't do that very well. I guess the upside to this is that he gets to use leaves to grow purples, but
Yeah.
you really don't want to if you have the choice, because you have to wait on these leaves.
Oh yeah, they slow down the walk to the flowers really hard. That's very fair. Thank you, Cap. Oh, and then he waited for the leaves to come, but he threw the flowers nonetheless. That's a bit unfortunate.
When he's plucking all 10 of his purples before going to the
Yeah.
globe, which you do not need to do, it's not that big of a deal. It's probably only like a second or something to do that. It's just the tiny things that
Yeah.
are going to end up adding up later.
Makes a big difference. Right, so Teddy's done with day 4, so he's gonna move on to Awakening Woods now. Okay, yeah, and here we see the difference with with Julian, whose purples do not have to move quite as much. I get 2 bug bodies here. Did Teddy get 2 as well, or did he only get 1?
Paying attention. I assume he got both of them. But it's not really that big of a deal because it's only 2 bodies if you miss
Yeah.
out on one. Ooh, Teddy doing this in the incorrect order. You want to run over to the red onion first on this day because there are way more reds than purples, so you want to take them out first so that that gets started first because it's going to be the slower thing.
Yep.
And fumbling a little bit at the beginning here, so this is probably going to be a pretty slow beginning. And I think he only left back 5 reds. So it's going to make this growth segment a little more awkward.
Yeah.
Okay, so when this happens, you need to get those reds on the grubs and the farther pellets immediately. Because, like, even if you have to make a second trip, waiting on other stuff to collect to get your reds back, it's still better to get this stuff going first, because you need to wait for this stuff to finish before you can go back and pluck.
That makes sense.
That red is not gonna grab onto the pellet he wants.
No. Julian, meanwhile, is following him into Awakening Woods. A bit behind, like, not sure how much time exactly, maybe a minute, something like that.
Yeah, something around that, it seems like. Activating the Louis cutscene early didn't help Julian at all.
Yeah, for sure.
And overall, he's just been a little bit less urgent than Teddy.
To be fair to both runners, there is a pretty big experience gap between them. I think Teddy's PB is a 148 and Julian's is a 211.
Yeah, so unless some disasters happen, I mean, it's pretty probable that Teddy's gonna hold the lead for most of this run.
Yeah.
That's not to say that Julian is out of it, it's just that it's pretty hard to overcome a deficit that big, especially with less experience.
You never know what might happen on EB or another potentially terrible segment.
Julian also doing the other route, which ended up helping out a little bit because one of the reds didn't grab onto the sheer grubs.
Oh, you mean the route where you come back as Olimar rather than switch to Louis?
Yeah, aka the European route, because for some reason all of the European runners that are at the top of the leaderboards do this route, and all the American runners do the other route usually.
Oh, red loss in each would be one from Teddy. That's a bit unfortunate. Not a big deal though.
Leaving that pellet, I don't know if that was the correct suit.
I think the red is gonna grab onto it.
Bit of fumbling on that. I mean, that little part with Julian putting reds in the gate is something that I feel like people don't understand as well until they get to the top level. Is that, like, doing things the same way every time, like, it sounds obvious when you're doing, like, a platformer speedrun or something, but in a game like this, it's still extremely relevant. Oh, he got 2 Matites in the same run. You gotta whistle purples off the wall or you're not gonna get any nectar. Yep.
Oh, that is very unfortunate. Matites are 5% chance from any egg, so... This is,
The unfortunate thing with that is that now he's not gonna get nectar until Hole Beast 4.
yeah, that's gonna slow down everything a lot. Also, how come he has 74 Pikmin when he got 2 Metites? He should be at 77, right?
You might have lost one in Emergence Cave.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, you're right. He did lose one. And then he didn't pick up a pellet, I guess. What do you think of this RNG for HOB3?
I think it's best RNG,
Ooh,
if I'm not
nice.
mistaken. I mean, at the very least, it's pretty good RNG.
Right. I'm never sure which bits of HOB3 RNG are good and which aren't, so figure that out.
The basic idea is that you don't want to have to like run straight to the back of the room to get to the disk drive.
Right, that makes sense, because it's just a lot longer.
Yeah, you want to be able to walk to the side to do that. And the chimney room was also facing the ship, which is good. Because if the chimney room was facing the back, then
I think
the
sucks.
yeah, that treasure probably would have been behind the disk drive then.
Bit of an unfortunate carry for Julian on this Stone of Glory here. Lots of leaves grabbed on and he didn't fix it as quickly as he could have, so that cost him a little bit of extra time.
Teddy did the safe thing and just threw like all his purples on the bulborb to kill it. Which you don't really have to do, it's just that like depending on how many flowered purples he has, it might have been a little risky to try and do it the quick way. And it's not like it lost that much time to do it the other way.
Yeah.
It looks like he's gonna get all these bodies in time, which is also good.
Yeah, the card RNG, the Luck Wafer, is just not in a very great position for him. Very far from the rest of the stuff. He's gonna have time.
So when Julian gets to Hole Beast 4, he's more than likely going to have some leaf purples left over by the time he finishes, because he can't carry the treasure with flowered purples because he doesn't have any. And you obviously want to have some flowered reds to carry the card and the bodies from the Metites and stuff like that.
Could maybe try doing the Metites first.
I think if he's smart, that's probably the best game plan. Just to make sure that you have all your flowers for White Flower Garden.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess
Right.
I wasn't paying 100% attention to Teddy, but I don't think he even went for a version of Fast Empress.
Nope, he just did the classic old safe Empress.
I don't know. I feel like there's not a whole lot of risk for going for like normal Fast Empress.
Maybe he just hasn't practiced it yet or something. It's not that easy that you could just decide to do it in one run and be like, yeah, okay, that'll work out probably.
I mean, let's be honest, it's pretty easy.
It is, but you know, the risk is always that he doesn't whistle his Pikmin off in time, and he has like 30 deaths here.
You have the same risk if you don't go for it, though, is the thing. So, like, I don't think it's very risky at all. It's except for the few seconds if you happen to miss it.
Right, so no Metites first. Oh, maybe.
He also doesn't know where the Metites are, which is a problem. The Metites are in the alcove, like straight at the end of the room.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't know about looking opposite where the tile on the ground is. These 3 purples at the very least are not going to get flowered.
Because they're close enough to this egg that he's going for.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it would have been very funny if those had been some more Metites.
Yeah, he's going to take it safe with this neck ring to make sure that he gets all flowers. And
Yeah,
it didn't even matter in the end anyway, because the card still hasn't gotten in.
Ooh, Teddy activated the blue cutscene early here.
Yeah, the only reason you would do that is if you do an old setup for early blues. Which, I mean, I guess fair enough if you haven't, like, been doing practice or runs at all, but, I mean, you should just learn the setup, honestly, in my opinion. If you have any plans of doing an extended period of attempts of this game, I think just learning the newer setup in Urban's tutorial is just way better.
Ooh,
And
Julian
faster.
going for a fast Empress and not getting it. And 2 deaths.
2 deaths. I didn't even see what died.
Both right.
Okay, well that's fine then.
Yeah, that's very irrelevant. But this is gonna take 2 rolling cycles from Empress.
You gotta just go to the side and do the
Yeah, swarming.
quick backup. And neither of them did the setup to get the purples on the body.
Oh, you mean where you grab one of the purples in your hands before dismissing?
Yeah, just doing a clean dismiss will ensure that you have only reds for the treasure. And that the body is moving reasonably as fast as it can.
Yeah, that makes sense. Not a particularly fascinating layout on WFG2. No interesting plays getting blowhogs or anything like that. Really possible here.
Unfortunately, it's the like backwards layout. You can do a strat where you throw Pikmin across the gap to get the treasure moving. And it saves like a second, but the issue is that like if you throw off the edge, obviously you're gonna lose reds doing it, and each red you lose is more time the globe takes to get in on Enter BK.
That makes sense. I hadn't thought about the fact that you'd lose time on Enter BK as well. Yeesh.
Okay, so Julian threw 2 reds on those grubs, and those reds are not gonna grow extra reds by the time he gets in. So if you want to grow extra reds here, you have to swarm into those grubs and kill them to make sure that they get to the onion in time. He also had leaf purples, so this is a bit awkward.
Yeah, this is gonna be a little difficult. Maybe if he activates the blue cutscene, will the reds have time to go back to the ship? Oh well, to the onion with those sheer grubs.
I don't think so. I mean, they probably got in because he messed that up.
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
see.
looking at the numbers.
76, I think, is 2 above what he had before.
Oh, Teddy tried to do that too quickly. You want to swarm all your Pikmin onto the tape and then take off the whites. Because as you can see, he dismissed onto it, and not all of them were digging, which means the tape is going to be pretty significantly slower now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He does get to put these whites on sooner, but the tape is a lot further behind than where you would like it to be. And that load wasn't exactly...
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
the reload wasn't very quick either.
Yeah, that was that lost a lot of time from just Pikmin grabbing onto it and from whistling off a bunch of reds.
This is part
bit
of what
unfortunate,
I
but-
started talking about earlier, in that, like, doing the same thing every time really matters, even in games like this, where obviously the floors are randomly generated to an extent. But, like, having that consistency and having the confidence in the strats that you're doing matters a lot. Because you can't be hesitating throughout the whole game for everything that you're doing, or else you're just going to be hemorrhaging time everywhere.
Yeah, you brought up that this is kind of like
Also-
platformers in that sense, and I feel like we both have experience of being able to say, yeah, that's how you should be doing that.
Also, looking at this White Flower Garden 2 again, he probably could have got a Blowhog if he wanted, but it might have been pretty close.
Interesting. That's 4 Pokos.
It might not have gotten it in time, though. But usually it's worth trying if they're that close to the ship. This is a weird 4 as well.
Oh yeah, what is this? This is a split between the exit and the lip balm. Interesting. About 2-3 minutes behind our runners, between our runners now, I would say. Just yeah, 2 sub levels. This is looking like a low 30 exit of White Flower Garden for Teddy. So both runners decided to throw reds in the flower on the right first before the flower on the left, which I've been told is less optimal because you are further from the treasure when you finish growing the 10 initial whites.
Well, you always want to pluck like the close flower and then the one to the left of it
Yeah.
before going to the tape. But throwing reds into the one on the right first means that the sprouts might not pop up in time from
Yeah.
the one that you're gonna pluck from early.
That makes sense.
And it also doesn't cost any time to do it in the quote-unquote correct order, because you're waiting on the sprouts from the first flower anyway.
Yeah, you are. Ooh, having a little mishap here with floating guy whose name I forget. Honeywisp? Honeywisp.
And he doesn't get to put those whites on either, because
Ugh.
it would have been awkward to reload the treasure while it was on that hill.
Yeah, they have a tendency to slide down really far if you unload them at that time. That's 13 flowered whites, I think, as well. So he's missing a couple. Alright, so we get to see...
That was a very quick setup and knapsack from Teddy. So, like, little things like that matter a shocking amount when you run this game.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Because, like, anyone can do, like, the right strategies, but doing the right strategies and doing them fast is another matter altogether.
The line he took to go to the poison gate wasn't super great, though. Very far to the right.
Okay, so he's doing the newer urban setup, sort of. He fumbled a little bit on the position turning, but he still did like the old setup, or the new setup rather. So activating the blue onion cutscene before White Flower Garden ended up being just raw time loss for him.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the only reason you do that with the old setup is because the cutscene activates before you get to Knapsack. So the trick doesn't work how you want it to. But with the new setup, that doesn't happen. So you can just get the cutscene in the middle of early blues and it's fine. So obviously activating it early is not desirable.
Second try blue carry.
Yeah, it was pretty good. This is going to be a pretty good split from Teddy.
Reminder that it's 33% to carry to the blue onion. So in 2 tries, pretty nice RNG.
Unfortunately, the dice got in just a little bit too soon, so he's not getting the dice time save. When you do the normal early blue setup, aka not the YOLO setup, it's actually better to put only 2 purples on the dice instead of 2 purples and 1 red.
The sprouts come out during the dice cutscene?
Yeah, it means that the dice gets in later, so you have more time to get the pellets in. This is all assuming that you get relatively quickly blue carry, by the way. Because if you take too many tries with that, then the dice is just going to come in early anyway.
Right, into SH. We're going to get to see what the RNG is feeling like today, between 2 and 6.
every floor except 1 and 3 are pretty RNG dependent. It's not really just 2 and 6, although 2 and 6 are more variable than 4 and 5.
Yeah, I guess 7 also has a good deal of RNG with a gate or no gate being a 55-45 split.
And having an egg available that's not gated on 7 is actually big.
Really? I've never
Yeah,
seen
because
people flower there, I think.
that's like a newer thing. We've realized that having flowered whites on the next few above grounds and in BK is really, really good. Okay, so Julian had the red fall down here, so let's see if he knows the backup. Yeah. So you throw those 2 reds and then you dismiss so that the red that didn't come up with you doesn't just walk into the water.
Ooh, that's very nice. Right, so SH2 from Teddy here. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Okay, it's not behind water, so not that bad. He might even get some bugs on the way there.
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
fair.
Julian walked off the edge. It's unfortunate. And he really couldn't afford to have that happen because of the already existing time discrepancy.
That really sucks because he was inside the bigger rock. The area where it's really easy to fall off is a ways before that.
I mean, I think it's pretty easy to fall off, like right before you get past the rock.
Really, that's interesting.
Or I guess not fall off. I usually clip back inbounds there.
Oh yeah. Clip back in bones, I can certainly see. Alright, that mum is having a lot of trouble finding one Pikmin. Thank God they suck. They have a ton of HP. If we had to take them out consistently, it would be really slow.
When it's close to the ship, like if he noticed that mum was there before he went to the treasure,
Might have
it
wanted
probably,
to collect them.
yeah, it probably would have been worth killing for the money.
It's 8, right, for a mum? Or is it 7?
I think it's 7.
Makes sense. And another attempt at early boost. Good line there, Julian. But waiting a lot to throw the red. He's gonna lose some time.
Ooh, he's a little farther. Okay, he's
This is
taking
scary.
it kind of careful there.
Alright, he's past the difficult part.
Very good. And this is with early boost patch for the tournament, so he had no chance of soft locking.
Yes, it's a existent chance of soft locking here, due to circumstances mostly outside the control of the player. But for the tournament, the runs are done on a patch that prevents that.
It's also a really misleading name for something for that thing.
What do you mean? The soft lock patch?
No, the soft locking in general, like it's pretty misleading to call it a soft lock because
Oh yeah, you can still switch captains, as long as you don't wake up Olimar, right?
I thought even if you did wake up Olimar, you could switch captains, but apparently I was wrong.
You know, not confident in my in my knowledge in this discussion, so I'll listen to you.
I mean, even if all you can do is end the day, that's still technically not a soft lock.
Yeah, that's
by like the true definition of a soft lock.
This looks like a really nice Sage 4 with a very
Oh, if
close
Teddy
deal.
gets the cycle, yeah, this was pretty well played from Teddy.
Yeah, that's really nice.
He might... Okay, I was wondering if he was going to try and flower his whites here, but it looks like no. I think if it were me, I would have tried to make the egg fall and flower the whites. Julian's going to grow 20 blues here, which I do not agree with because... Okay, well, he's not going to get that other pellet anyway, so he's only getting 18 for his troubles. But you don't even need 20 blues for the next above ground.
Yeah, it's quite comfortable. It's 16. Yeah, that was some nice SH4 here from Teddy. Nice gauge reading, and then carry on the red marble. Let's see what 5 will be like. Also capable. Oh, particularly when split like
Oh,
that.
that's not a
Double
good
option.
position
Bullshit.
to flip him. He's gonna have to wait another cycle for that. But he gets a good marble spawn, which makes
Oh,
up
geez,
for it
yeah.
a little bit.
That's very lucky. That's a 20% chance.
Julian is having some issues here. I'm surprised he hasn't lost anyone.
Yeah. Honestly, this is going pretty great, I would say, compared to what you can expect when you fail a bulb or blur. Yeah, that was just really nice from Teddy. Had to wait for the beetle to drop down again, but then the clairvoyance was really close. Can be like really shitty in SH5 when you have a split layout like this with the beetle in one direction and crystal ball in the other.
It's arguably, I mean, it's
Better
arguable
than
which
boosted
is
steam room.
worse. Well, I mean, if it's top to bottom and they're both in the far room, it's arguably worse just because
Yeah, that's
it's
very
lower.
fair. It's hard to judge where the crystal ball is.
Okay, so more than likely no extra treasures in this layout unless it's literally right here. Okay.
That's
And it's not gated either, which is pretty nice.
oh yeah, that's I think it's like a 70% chance of no gate on this floor, but still, we take those.
Oh, Julian, no, dude, you're going. You don't need to go over there, dude.
Oh, is he? Oh no.
It's one of those like just use your eyes moments. Like just look at where the room you're looking for is.
That's unfortunate.
Teddy is going to not get this quick kill because he threw a bunch of whites instead of purples.
Oh yeah, the classic caper of the whites suddenly deciding that it's their turn instead of letting you just throw your goddamn purples. Hey, nice load on the berry from Julian though. He knows that like the front right side of it is the easiest for whites to grab onto. When it looks like
I
he's
feel
gonna
like
get-
I don't know if that's true. I've never seen any like research on that or anything.
I'm repeating something Urban said. I'm not taking any responsibility for this.
So Julian is killing everything here, but he's not going to get any of these bugs, and he lost a purple by turning it into a white.
Oh, that sucks.
You really don't want to do that on this horde. Even if it means, like, meticulously dismissing and making sure you only have reds. Pretty worth
Gated
it.
7. Yeah, that sucks, because the money difference from that mum plus maybe 1 or 2 erroneous could have been interesting for him to play with.
So Teddy
But
leaves...
the idea is respectable.
Teddy leaves SH with 3260, which is pretty average money. Considering that I think basically the only sort of bugs he got on SH2 was the one burrow it at spawn.
Yep, the 4 from that, I think. That's 4, right?
I'm pretty sure it's 4.
It's always 4 or 7. Nothing ever is more.
Except for Wollywogs, which are 5 for some reason.
Wow, I really thought that the
Or I guess the
Wollywogs
yellow...
are 7.
I guess the yellow Wollywogs are 5 and the white ones are 7.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in BK, like, I feel like the one we get on 4 is 7. Otherwise it would be not as good.
Yeah, it definitely is 7.
2 one-shots, by the way, from Teddy on the Bulbulbs. That was pretty slick. Very strange, though, that yellow wogs, yellow Wollywogs don't give as much money as the white ones.
So if Teddy is smart, he's gonna use his leaf purple somewhere here instead of putting it on the globe.
Ooh, that's interesting.
It looks like that is not what's gonna happen, but it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so Julian is gonna check this. Okay, so we checked the other way and noticed the gauge was not going up, so now he's gonna go the other way because it is going up, which is very good.
Yep, that was nicely
Because-
played.
Because given how high the gauge was at the spawn, you knew that the beetle with the treasure was going to be reasonably
Very close by. Yep. And also, he knows about the fact that
Oh yeah, you
to-
gotta... Oh, okay. It was only one white, one purple. That's fine. You can continue with that. Although, he should have been a little bit more cognizant of that
yeah.
to realize that he needed to make that cycle. Oh,
Little
this is also
unfortunate.
going to be troublesome because he didn't kill this guy.
Oh, that sucks from Teddy. He had the knapsack and then just woke up right in the middle.
The thing about this knapsack is that you have to
Nice EUR.
you have to get these before the cutscenes happen, or else either you're gonna have a lot slower of a cask moving back to the ship,
Yep.
or you're gonna be caught in an animation and you're gonna like fall off the ledge entirely.
Right, Julian exiting 4 with 5 deaths. Unfortunate because he definitely had the right idea in playing this. I liked how he, as you said, like he went in the direction of the hole, but he read his gauge nicely and realized that that was not where anything was, and then he took out the electric gate appropriately without losing any purples. Even though it's kind of tricky to do so since you need to aim a little off the nodes.
Oh, he's not going the right way, dude. The beetle's not even over there.
Oh no, that sucks.
See, when Teddy played this floor, he saw the beetle as he was like looking around a bit at the start
Yeah.
of the. But usually you want to go into lowdown cam so you can see where the beetle is, even if it's farther away. And Julian did not do that, so unfortunately he just went it one way and assumed the beetle would be there, and it was not.
Yeah.
Okay, so he killed the beetle on the right side, which means that this bulb orb. Okay, well he checked here anyway, so that's good. But if he didn't check the spawn point, he probably wouldn't have even seen it at all, because when Teddy killed the beetle, he made his Pikmin go to that side, so he revealed the bulb orb anyway.
Yeah. That was smart of him. But nice job as well from Julian to not get confused by that or.
Yeah, he at least
Throw
checked the
aside.
spawn point before he left
Yep.
the room. That's something you can do in general runs if you miss a cycle, is fan out your Pikmin and check the spawn points. Because you're going to have to wait on the beetle anyway, so you may as well at least get something done during the downtime. Like, even if you don't find it, it's worth checking for it.
Particularly useful in a situation like this where you have the beetle treasure very close to where the bulb orb actually is. Because you can't really easily use the treasure gauge in that situation to tell where the other treasure is going to be.
If you know the mechanics of it, you still can use it a little bit, but they were really close, so it would have been really
Yeah.
at that point. Okay, so Julian is... Okay, he's going to go the correct way. I thought he was going to accidentally go the wrong way. And or search for lens, which I also
That
do
would be
not
interesting.
do. Okay, so he realized it wasn't gated. That's good. On this floor, he could have been in zoomed out normal cam and seen that it was gated, or that it wasn't gated from further away. But he had to get a little closer before he realized. Tiny things. Teddy wanted that bug body, and he could have gotten it if he hit the long shot with the purple on the way in.
Ah, that sucks.
But it's not that big of a deal because it's only 2 bodies, and it's not like he's poor on bodies right now or by any means.
He played
Julian
that.
is probably not gonna get this, yeah. And he was a purple, which is unfortunate.
Oh yeah, that really sucks. It's usually pretty fine on Pleiated since enemy targeting prefers reds over purples, but that of course is limited by where they can actually grab the Pikmin in their mouths. So
Neither of them deloaded the treasure, which means that it bounced like all the way to the side of the arena.
oh yeah,
Which sometimes is fine if it's close enough, but I think here it's gonna path into the center first, which is gonna be
that's
really slow.
unfortunate. At least the head was moving already, so
And not only that, but he put his whites on the gate, which means that they're not
Yeah.
moving.
That sucks. You really want the purples or reds on the gates and the whites moving the treasures. Ooh, that's a bit of a scary mollywog situation. Okay, that was fine.
Okay, and he checked the corner and it wasn't there, which he
Yeah.
probably could have deduced from looking at the gauge, but it's, again, a little bit tough to tell when there's another treasure really close.
Yeah, it's not strictly necessary, and it's not a bad habit to just see what's up there, just in case. Right, some anode killing. Collecting one body. I don't know if they'll have time to get in, but that's 3 Pokos if it does make it.
He can speed it up after he loads the treasure, so it'll probably
Yes.
get it. Since he got it moving before he went to the glint beetle, that means it's probably going to be close enough by this point to get in. These ones are not going to get in, so these are not worth taking the time to get. But that one that he put the purple on earlier is close enough, which means he's going to get it. Which is why
Yep,
you
nice.
should put singular purples on treasures, or on bug bodies.
Right. Let's see Julian's above ground now. Right, a little bit of a mishap with these bulbs, but that's fine. Ooh, left one blue aside in a very smooth manner.
You need to be like right up against the front of the bridge to throw over it.
Yeah, that's a little frustrating sometimes.
The other tiny thing that he didn't do was that typically you want to be holding a blue on your way there so that you can
Yep.
actually
Start
throw it.
throwing.
Yeah. Well, either that if you're throwing like multiple blues ahead, which is a little optimization that some people elect to do. But even if you don't do that, you want to be holding a blue on your way to the bridge because you can throw it to the side really quickly. And that means that you can just C-stick forward and throw all your blues on the bridge without, like, worrying about leaving one.
Right. Julian did one purple, 2 whites, 2 reds on the onion, and 3 whites on the.
That was a good
Bulbul
shot at that pellet on the pot there.
Yeah, that was really good.
Although he's gonna have to keep it on screen on his way to the cask, or else it's probably not gonna get in.
Yeah, that might be one less available purple.
It's only a red pellet, and he got a blue pellet from the glint beetle as well, so he's probably gonna be fine on blues either way.
Yeah, and he did grow 2 extra, which is like not a lot, but it can make a bit of a difference.
So the other thing that I can critique Julian for is that he napped back with Louis with a red, and that's not what you want because all your reds at this point are flowers and all your blues are leaves.
Yeah, so he's slowing down the globe a little bit.
It's only one Pikmin being flowered versus not flowered, so it's not that big of a deal.
But it's a long carry, so.
And it's not like it takes a long time to set up either. Ooh, he did not have the right facing position, I believe.
Yes, that looks
Okay, so the good thing for Julian is that he got those cutscenes out of the way before the snapsack.
So now he's not gonna get bothered by anything until the globe or the onion. Onion is pretty loaded here. Yeah, it's gonna move pretty fast. Yeah, here it is.
It's an interesting camera angle for the setup.
BK7 should be pretty auto-scrollery on Teddy's side.
I recommend to people that have... Okay, well, before that, Teddy should have C-sticked his whites and reds onto the gate before blues caught up. Because that's the whole point of C-sticking all the way around, is so that there's significant distance in between.
And they start tearing down the wall earlier.
And a little bit of... Oh, that was a good separation. And Teddy did something that I liked, which is leaving your Pikmin right in front of the gate instead of C-sticking forward a whole bunch. Because if you C-stick forward a whole bunch and you have to get those Pikmin to speed up the body, which he's probably going to have to do, then they're gonna be closer to the body now.
Yep, it's gonna avoid some potential troubles with that. Oh, a little bit of a mishap with that white though. Yeah, that can be an annoying knapsack to do.
Okay, it looks like Julian's going a little out of his way to make sure he's good on blues here.
Yeah, that's very fair.
He left a lot of Pikmin on the pellets though, and he didn't get the cask moving yet either. The number one priority at this point is to get this cask moving to make sure that it gets in on time. And a little bit of waiting there. You can switch back to Louis here as soon as you get up from your knapsack and see that 0 Pikmin are in your party, because that means they're all on the cask. I forget what I was gonna say before that, though. Oh yeah, it's that if you have trouble with the second knapsack, it's better to do it with only 3 Pikmin in your party, which is 2 purples and 1 white, rather than all 4. Just because having 4 in your party means that they have to take a lot of time to like meticulously grab onto you as you're napping, and that means that you're gonna slide further and further down.
Yeah, it's definitely more annoying to do this with more Pikmin than with less. Fewer, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like Pi said, Julian's probably gonna have to get the cask after BK. Which wouldn't really be a big deal, except I think it's gonna be so far behind that it's gonna take like a significant deal of time to get it afterwards. And not only that, but he left some whites on it, which means that he doesn't have those white BK.
That's gonna suck. We love whites here.
Okay, so Teddy is now in VOR2 with 49.47, which is above average money. Which means that if there aren't very many bugs to get in FC, then it's not going to be that big of a deal. Because it'll be easier to make up later on. Ooh, he did not take a lot of Pikmin with him to the battery, but it's not that big of a deal, depending on if he decides to kill the Bulborb on this day. Only, what was that? Yeah, 56 blues, which is not a lot, but the split should still go fine.
Yeah. It's like below 50, but you really don't want, right?
It's more like when you have exactly 60 blues, if you play the split perfectly up to the gate coming down, then you actually beat the gate usually.
Interesting.
60 is actually like not even enough for the split to go like absolutely perfectly, but you know, given the Pikmin numbers that we grow for whites and purples, it is pretty much the perfect number. It's more that as soon as you don't have enough blues, like every blue you're missing out on is longer that the gate is going to take. So it means that you have to put more on the plug to make sure that the ring doesn't drown whites. Also, Julian grew some extra purples here, which is a good decision. One, because it's a race, and I feel like people, generally speaking, should be growing these purples in races. Because even if you don't use them in VOR2 because of the perfect numbers, like we mentioned, like even if you don't use them right away, it's the fastest place in the run to grow extra purples, and it means you have them for later on if you do lose a bunch of them. So I definitely agree with growing them for that reason, but also he lost a bunch of purples in Snaggered Hole, so it was going to be pretty sketchy if he didn't do that.
Yep, that makes sense. He did lose at least like 2 or 3, I think. One on Pileated, one on an Electric Gate, and 4. I think that's it.
I think it was 3. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, because he transformed the purple into a white on 2.
Mm-hmm. But he also, so I think it would be worth looking into where the spawn points for the enemies are on this floor for Julian. because he spent a lot of time looking in the chimney room for the Wollywog in places where it just will never spawn. And that's obviously annoying time loss that you don't want to be taking if you don't have to. And not only that, but the gauge was a little bit ambiguous in the chimney room, so he didn't realize that the Wollywog wasn't even in there to begin with. That was pretty scary from Julian.
Alright, let's see those grass digger throws.
Pretty good. He did a bit of a different setup where he longed through some purples on the way up. Which I don't know if that's better, but you know, as long as he gets them.
Yeah.
And as long as you
As
get
long
them
as the ring is
before the gate comes down.
6, let's see how many he puts on the plug.
He has one leaf and opts to carry it with him, which is good. Okay, so the magic number to take to the bridge here is 11. Because you're going to use 1 for the knapsack, so it means you're putting 10 on. And usually with those numbers, the bridge will be done, assuming that you don't have to do a carry swap with a purple on one of the treasures, or anything like that. If that's the case, then you want to bring 12 to the bridge instead. Usually throwing 12 to the side on the way to the fossil is the safe number. Just because you're not really missing out on a whole lot with the fossil. Julian having some issues right here.
Yeah, a little bit of a fiery dilemma. It's alright though. No one died? No one died. Oh, one death. That was a blue though, so we don't care.
I can never think of the word dilemma in the same way after running BFBB.
Oh no, Squidward's dilemma, is that a thing?
One of the objectives is called Patrick's Dilemma.
Ah, dang. I was almost there. Shift every once in a while. I'm kind of a runner.
You better be a runner. It's a sick game. So I bet. Oh, Julian's losing some Pikmin to that fire. Oh, that's a bunch of whites, though.
Oh no, that sucks. Oof. That's a
That's why
lot
you
of
gotta-
Pikmin.
That's why you gotta put those reds on it.
That was like 6 whites. Jesus. That's really unfortunate.
You can still get by with that, with this amount of whites. It's just that it's gonna be pretty rough in this above
Yeah.
ground.
I guess they're less strictly necessary than purples are, but like they slow down everything by a lot if you don't have many. Alright,
Okay, so we got
Teddy and
F1.
CX.
The gauge is ticking. Okay, well, he's going the wrong way, first of all, but the gauge is ticking a little bit at spawn, which leads me to believe that it might be closer than we think. The worst case is that it's just a top to bottom and that the table is going to be super far away.
I don't think he was going the wrong way. I think he intentionally wanted to get that bug body.
Well, if that's the case, then that is not a bug body you want to be going out of the way for, because it's not even in the path of a treasure or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, Teddy, dude. He doesn't know where it is. I'm not even sure if I know where it is. It's probably on top of the stump.
I feel like it's on top of the stump, yeah. Did you get them?
I didn't get to see
Wait,
the
on
other
this layout?
outposts. Well, at this point, since he's already started digging it up, then probably. But it's not going to do him a whole lot of good, and he needed to have his whites for this dig.
Oh, jeez. Did he not
Oh,
take
now
them?
he's-
Ah, he didn't take
Well,
them.
now he's got to go back and deal with this dude.
Ah, that's really annoying.
Okay, well, now he can put his whites on the table.
That's a lot of time loss on a CX1.
I think it's debatable whether that's a layout where it's worth getting tape, like even if you don't make any mistakes. I think the answer, relatively speaking, is still no, unless you are like super ahead on bodies. Because this tape is only worth 50 Pokos, so it's not really going to do you a whole lot of good in the grand scheme of things.
Maybe he's gonna power through for some more bug bodies. It's 7 with Bulborb he got. It's 57, not far from being able to skip mine.
Yeah, it's a possibility because he was already ahead on bugs out of BK.
Or I guess one of the smalls in BK6. GK6, sorry.
Yeah, worst case you skip a small, but when you have to go out of your way to get the tape, it's oh Julian, dude. He's just losing all his whites, dude.
Oh, that really sucks. He's gonna have to grow some more on, I guess, SCX8. Yes, SCX8.
You don't get whites on SCX8. Okay, well, Teddy being a Chad and getting rid of the Dirigi that was in his way. Unfortunately, he still has like 3 other Dirigis in his way. And a Snitch Bug.
Yeah. That's a good plan. I like the... Oh, I guess not. Yeah, he accidentally activated the other bomb.
You gotta, at this point, you gotta walk away from everything and deload it to get them back in reasonable positions. Because otherwise, you're just gonna be stuck there waiting like he was.
Yeah, just staying too long in the same place in these sub levels just makes bombs drop everywhere. And
Teddy chucks a white off the edge. That guy probably deserved it.
no. You're gonna have to be careful of the bomb next to the Dirigi bug.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, little tough. Little difficult SCX so far, but he's managing. Julian gets cask.
I mean, I would argue that SCX1 was not a tape layout just because it was 2 rooms away. Like, a tape layout that's really worth getting is one where it's, like, right outside the ship. Like, if the tape were, like, in the middle room, then it would have been worth getting, I think. Because any Pikmin that you put on the tape are Pikmin that aren't helping you with the dig on the table. And even though the tape was, like, on your way to the table, you have to take time to get it. And if you're getting it in a way that's fast, that probably means putting whites on it. Which means those are whites that aren't going to be on the table. Okay, so Teddy, I think, is doing the smart play and unlocking this pathway before loading the spring.
Julian getting 118 Pikmin total and 58 of these are blues. We're gonna see the numbers here for whites and purples. 12 whites! Oh my god.
I don't know how worth it was to... Okay, he's also doing the split wrong because he didn't flower on day 6. He's just going right into it.
Oh yeah.
Just completely forgetting the route.
Wow, that sucks, because now the point of doing the no flowering before BK is kind of lost. Also, he's gonna get interrupted by a treasure cutscene, which could be disastrous if he has a lot of Pikmin.
I think he realized at this point that he messed up.
Yeah.
When he's like walking forward and saw all the leaves. He's got to get those Pikmin off the ledge or they're gonna be lost.
Hope he thinks of that.
Probably not going to unless he's watching the stream, which is gonna suck.
Julian.
Teddy doing this combat in an interesting way.
Yeah, what is this? I thought that was a terrible way to handle this guy.
I mean, generally speaking, it is, unless you have like all your Pikmin. But Teddy only has like half his Pikmin. Dude, you gotta get him off the ledge, bro.
No.
You gotta whistle him, dude. You're gonna lose all your white.
I think he saw him.
He had him on screen. Yes, okay, he saw him.
Oh, that would have left him with like 7 whites
God.
total. Can you imagine playing the end of the game with 7 whites? All the digs with 7 whites. FC1 with 7 whites.
Well, no, you'd grow more in SCX, but you wouldn't have a lot.
Yeah. 12, I guess. Oh no, there's 15 in 4. I'm stupid.
That would kind of just be run over. Like, you couldn't even do the above ground here with 7.
Jesus, yeah. Oh. So scary. Alright, current reactors collected. He grew a couple extra blues, which I don't think will matter. Because they're leaves anyway, so they're bad. Right, Teddy, let's see how many whites he decides to get. Is this a 10 or a 15?
I mean, depending on your skill level, I think this is a reasonable one to grow 15. But Teddy's deciding to grow 10. I feel like in a race setting, or even if you're just not at the top level, you should grow 15.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Because you would just go to the extra flower first, and you would sprout those, and then you would go back and pluck from there, so you would end up
Yep.
where eggs are.
Wasn't too bad a layout to you then.
I'm gonna go for a rim walk here. See if he gets it. Nope. And that white fell off and died, which is why you do not use whites or purples for rim walk.
Oh, yep, that's very sad. 91. I mean, SCX is a good cave for growing in case you feel like he needs a little more firepower, I guess. That is not a lot of whites at all from Julian. Jesus, he's gonna have trouble even sending 5 up there.
I mean, all it really means for Julian on this above ground is that the scrap is going to be pretty slow. He only is taking 51 here as well.
Oh geez, yeah, that's gonna be very slow. I'm not sure what the point of growing the extra blues was in that case.
Ooh, he took too long. No, the classic, dude. That's happened to me before.
Oh no, that's so sad. Can he? Oh no, he can't really save this, can he? I guess he can get the purple.
Yeah, you can save it. It's just gonna take a while.
And now with 51 blues on the gate, and with this,
He's probably gonna not beat the ring either, unless he just bug.
I think he probably should have switched to Louis right now instead of Oh, you're right. I guess he can.
Yeah, you
can
gotta
swing.
put him on the plug now.
Ooh, this is very scary.
He also has 38 for these throws, which is not going to work. Which is why you'd never take out reds on this split.
Oh, you need less than 25 on this one.
Yeah, either you don't take out reds, or you just don't have them with you for this. 31 will work if he does it right. Yeah.
What's the magic number here?
You want lower than 35.
I see.
Or maybe 35 works. I'm not sure, but at some point you get a number that makes it so that when you see stick Pikmin, they go in 2 rows instead of 1. Which you don't want because then they don't go out as far, so the trick doesn't work.
Right. That makes sense.
The lowest amount that I've gotten it to work with is like 20. And I haven't tried with anything less than that. I just remember one run I had like no purples, so I had 20 there, and I was like, I wonder if this will work, and it ended up working.
$15 aside here. Oh, 19 aside here. It's a little too much. Ooh, that's a nice position for Romeo. He's just gonna kill himself instantly here.
He might get that Dirigi too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very likely. That's a nice
Teddy
5
went
purples.
Teddy went into lowdown and looked at this room as if you can even see where the lid is on the lowdown. If
You
this
can
were,
kinda see tape.
I mean, yeah, but like you need to know where the lid is if you're doing that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you're going over
combat
here.
first.
He went over here first to do combat anyway. So
That's a little strange to me. I feel like this
I mean, if you
this
want
kind
the
of
bugs,
layout.
then sure. But he's not even gonna get it. Now he's gotta whistle off.
Oh
And
yes.
Anyway, even though he went into lowdown, like, I don't know. I just don't think lowdown is worth it on this kind of layout. Oh, he's checking anyway. He checked it twice anyway, and he's going back anyway. And yeah, the lid was here, and you couldn't see the lid in lowdown anyway. Just because it's not, like, physically high enough to be able to see it.
Yeah.
If this were AT on the Japanese version, then you can see the battery in lowdown. Because obviously there's a battery here instead of a lid. And he put all his whites on that, and the tape is like miles away in this room. I guess he's just gonna skip it.
I guess he can, yeah, since he got the other tape. That's the same value in Pocos, I think.
The red tape is 60 and the other one is 50. But he's ahead on bugs, so he can afford to do that. But I still don't think it's the right decision. I think he just misplayed the floor, and this is like a recovery play.
Yeah, that makes sense. Julian not opting to get that Bulborb.
Oh, and he's gonna go check over here, which is not the correct play. Yeah, it's not correct because there's no alcoves over there, and the gauge was dead in the big room. And it goes up when you go to the spiral room, so logically following that premise, I feel like checking the spiral room first was better, even if you didn't know. And it looks like he's gonna get the tape as well. Like, I feel like it's not the incorrect decision to get the tape. I just feel like it's not faster, and...
I mean, you have to consider that he has 7 whites, so the dig on the table is going to be pretty slow.
I mean, that's true, but the carry on this tape is also going to be slow because he doesn't have whites to put on it.
Yeah, he's going to fill it with blues, I guess.
Ooh, he barely didn't wake up that big one. See, now he's going to be waiting on this tape, even if he is going to get it. Which is the problem with not putting whites on it. And I didn't see what his money was leaving BK, so I don't even know if this will do anything.
Well, we're going to be able to see right now.
Well, yeah, but I don't know money pace in the middle of SCX off the top of my head.
No.
I don't even know what it's like in the middle of GK off the top of my head. I just have it written on my splits, so I don't have to remember it. I should probably have it written on my splits for like everything, but the issue with that is that it's just so much more variable because of bugs. Like when you have numbers for each floor in GK, it's one thing because you can just write how much you need to have if you don't have any, if you don't need to be getting bugs. But here, obviously, you're still getting bugs.
Right. A little bit of combat here in FC1. 64 Pikmin, that feels like not very much. Oh, that's fun.
64 is about average. Like the most amount you would ever expect to have in here is 75. And that's assuming that you entered SCX with all 100 and you didn't have any deaths.
2 alcoves with a very similar score, so very likely that the 2 treasures are going to be here.
And he did the max 25 special, and or not, I guess the anti-max 25 special because he paired the digs together. Which is the correct play because they were really close together. If they were far apart, then I think the safer play is to do one dig fully and then do the other one because you don't want a bomb to fall in the other while you're not paying attention.
I don't know if you saw, but Julian killed another 3 whites in this explosion.
Yeah, he whistled off the gear because he thought that it was going to be too slow. Which I think it was going to be fast enough. And it was even harder for him to tell because he was in normal cam. Ooh, so, okay, so this layout from Teddy would have been really good if he didn't skip the tape on SCX7, because he got the tape on SCX1, which means that he was up 50 Pocos, and the present that's in the far room right now is worth 60. So he could have skipped this, and it would have been really... it would have been faster. It wouldn't have been as fast as I'm thinking, because the boot here was in a worse position than it could have been. but I think it still would have been pretty fast, even despite that.
Ooh, that feels like a low amount of purples to be attacking a Bulborb. Okay, that's fine. Carry on.
See, if I were Teddy, I would have whistled those purples off before I put the whites on. Just to make sure that you get a full white carry on that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Guess you can speed up that Bulborb body, yeah. I don't know if they'll make it in, though. Probably, yeah. Oh, probably not. Ooh,
I
I
mean,
wasn't... Oh, sorry, go
It's
ahead.
worth trying for those small bodies if you can get to the hole in time. Because worst case, you just, you know, waste a little time during the downtime. And you don't even lose time for it.
Hope Julian remembers to grow some whites here.
Oh yeah, if the flower spawned on this floor, he should absolutely be growing whites.
Can it not spawn? I thought it was a guaranteed one.
No, there's a fair amount of layouts that don't have a white flower here.
Oh, that's awesome.
This is going to be a really awkward FC3 for Teddy to deal with because this poison is way too close to this guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awful. Oh, is
Yeah,
he gonna
you
feed
gotta
it?
whistle that blue away and you gotta lure him out of there.
Yeah, he's just gonna feed
Still
some
close,
whites.
those dwarves are gonna be kind of awkward to kill in the poison. Okay, well that was kind of fine.
Yeah, that went okay. Losing 2 whites is sad, but it's only 2 and he has a lot.
Ooh, I'm not sure about this one. Yep. Okay, well at least the treasure's still moving. Typically you want to do that finessing with the candle with whites. Because
Yeah, that makes
like
sense, 'cause they
cleanly
move so much
make it past the treasure, or past the wire.
The dig started before finishing the geyser, maybe? Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense, I guess, because the Bulbmin is right there and kind of dangerous.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, especially because now he can have his full force working on the dig.
Alright, Julian is finally getting himself some whites.
Rejoice, he can maybe finish the run. Except they're all gonna be leaves, which you don't want, which is why you want to pluck in such a way that you end up at some eggs by the time you're done.
What do you mean? He's got only 5 that are leaves, I think.
Yeah, but that's 5 leaf whites, dude.
Yeah,
Those could have been flowers.
that's fair. You said all, so I thought that he had, like, completely forgotten about the eggs.
No. Yeah, Julian is sticking with this, even though it's pretty unlikely at this point that he's going to win. But, I mean, you still love to see it because, I mean, he's going to watch this back later and he can get some insight on where he can be improving, which is better than nothing.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
not
I
only
think...
that, but he's playing against somebody else who's doing the exact same layouts as him.
Yeah, he
So
can have a lot more info on how to play these a little more
Ooh,
urgently,
he
a little
might
more
lose
optimally.
some of these blues, though.
Oh, that's scary. Oh, that's very scary. Oh no.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I hate...
pretty good layout from Teddy here on this FC4.
I didn't get to see the come down, so I was watching. Okay, only 1 blue death.
This is gonna be pretty fast. Yeah, he can just flip this guy. Okay, he's gonna opt to kill it. The other way you could approach that is you could flip him and then go to the star, and then on the way back you could flip him again.
Yep, that makes sense.
He's gonna opt to kill the stench bug though, which is also alright. Because you don't want to have anyone planted and get left behind.
I wonder if he's gonna do anything with those Bulbmin.
Probably not.
Doubt it. Yeah, it's pretty slow, pretty bad.
especially on this layout. Like, this is a pretty good AT layout, but in Payoff Debt, the purple flower is not fast enough to grow purples with unless you really needed purples.
You could also get some whites on 5, I guess. But yeah.
Those whites are really slow to get.
Yeah, I'm
honestly.
not surprised. I did it like a couple times, and then I was like, wow, this is terrible. Do not do that. There's just no downtime to plug them in.
I mean, it looks like there's downtime when we play this floor in AT because we force it. Because we have to grow purples. But when you don't have to grow anything here, it turns out it's not that fast.
Yeah, that makes sense. You also get sprays, right, in AT in this floor?
Not really. I mean, you can, but you don't count on it.
Very sad.
You don't go out of your way for them, I guess, is the better way to put it.
Right, so Mamuta Massacre here. Everyone's dying. I love when 100 Mamutas are guarding the one that actually has the treasure nest. It's very fun.
The unfortunate thing is he probably could have deloaded the last one, and it would have been alright.
Yeah.
Julian does not quite know where he's supposed to be aiming, and he's gonna lose a lot of his purples, probably. Yeah.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Oh, and then Romeo's coming in from behind. I
Oh
wonder
no,
if he saw it.
that's so sad. 2 purples.
Okay, I think he did see it, or at least heard it. One of the two.
Yeah, Romeo is so awful when he's just hanging out in the same room as Juliet. It's so difficult to deal with.
Okay, so you gotta aim your cursor for the feet, and you gotta have your cursor, like, at max distance away from your captain to get those throws.
Right. 5 deaths here. Most of them were purples, so that's pretty unfortunate. But purples are growable in 1 sublevel.
Okay, so on FC7 here would actually be a better place to grow whites than on FC5.
Yeah.
If you need them.
That makes sense.
But the unfortunate thing is that the flower could just not spawn here as well if you needed it. So it's kind of a risk to count on that.
Putting some blues on this, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe a little many.
Okay, so he scouted that
Captain
room.
behind.
Yeah, he left the captain at the geyser, and he scouted the room to check for the gauge, so he knows it's in the other room.
At this point he has like, yeah, it's good to wait for this, so he has just a few more purples in case he needs to take out an orange. Which seems pretty likely. I mean, he could probably deload that.
Yeah, he probably could have lured that if he wanted, but you know, it's not it's not the wrong decision to kill it, especially in Payoff Debt.
And he does put the whites on their own little corner so that they get a mostly white carry here. That's very nice. Well played.
The body might not get in, but you know, whatever. He already got another body, I think. And I don't even think he needs any more bodies anyway.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good on money.
He's, in fact, 5 over on bodies from what he needs. Assuming he gets both of the bigger bodies in GK.
Yeah, that's 8110. So with the 80 for mine, that's 8190. And then 15 to 8205, which is no bodies. 5 over.
Julian is growing up an army on this floor.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like
except he's going back and forth a lot to do it, which is not how I would have done it.
He wants to recoup a little bit for those
dude.
That was kind of unfortunate, just leaving the blues there.
I mean, even if he grew the blues on accident, it's not like he's swimming in Pikmin right now anyway.
Yeah, it could have been useful.
So at that point, I would have just plucked them. I don't know why specifically reds are being grown here, but you know.
I mean, at that point, you might as well grow reds. There's no more use for blues specifically for the rest of the run.
I mean, that's assuming he skips mine, which I don't know if that's.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh shit,
Also-
mine is left.
Also, we're gonna see if this fossil goes the right way, because I'm not convinced that it is, because it started going to the right before he like left to go this way.
No, no. Can it path like a weird way to the ship?
Oh, you haven't seen those clips before?
Nope, never.
Okay, I'm gonna have to show you this then.
Oh no,
the
does it go all the
basic
way
answer-
around?
Well, the basic answer is that it can either go the normal way, it can go like to the left and get caught on a wall and just never get in,
Awesome.
or it can go to the right and go up the hill where the ring is and go that way. And it'll get in, but it takes like a million years.
So funny.
And I don't know if we know exactly what causes it either. I think it's just to do with like
Waypoint madness?
yeah, like putting Pikmin on it in a weird spot, or like changing the carry in the middle of it. Also, this is gated lipstick, which is not the worst kind of layout, but like
Yeah.
you probably could have multitasked this a little bit better, and you probably had this be faster, but this isn't bad.
Yeah, because the dig on the duck wasn't started at all by the time the gate was down. It's pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, I think how you play this is you like dismiss somewhere in the middle, and you put blues on the wall, and then you put the whites in the dig, and then you take your other captain in the purples, and you kill the Wollywogs and stuff.
Yep, that makes sense. I think that's how I would play that as well.
I mean, this play wasn't bad at all. It was still gonna be a pretty good floor. I don't know if Julian's aware, but he's probably gonna have to kill this other Bulborb.
Yeah.
Oh, or not. Oh, yes, he will. Yeah, he will have to kill it. They're pathing different ways, which I don't understand at all.
Ooh, that's another bunch of death. 52 Pikmin left. Jesus. That's not gonna be fun at all for the rest of FC. Like, there is just not a lot of Pikmin. I'm playing like 3 with low purples. It's gonna be awful.
Okay, so Teddy's farming a lot of bodies here, which makes me think that he's trying to skip a small and GK.
Nope, maybe not.
Okay, yeah, that was a little scary, but luckily...
Was that a no gates layout? Was there no gates in this?
I didn't see the hole, but I think it is gateless.
Yeah, the host is gateless. The hole is gateless.
Then yeah, this would be a pretty good steward. Okay, so Julian is up on money from having the tape on SX1. So let's see if he decides to skip the present. It looks like the answer is no, because he's killing everything in the way.
Yep. There's no reason to kill that Bulborb if he's gonna not get the present.
These loads are gonna be pretty uneven now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Alright, things are moving though. There's a bunch of Bulborbs in the way.
Speaking of things that are moving, gigantic boulder in the path. Oh, and he's getting TC, which is interesting.
Huh.
It's a pretty good layout for it, but I didn't see where the hole was.
DC is always interesting because he
Yeah,
was.
the
We
hole's gated. I feel like a better way of doing that might have been rushing like blues and some purples to the hole to get the gate, and then like you could dismiss earlier on and keep your whites over there to get TC.
Because since we said that he was 5 ahead, this is 75 ahead and can essentially skip mine.
Yeah, well, he also got a bunch of bodies on COS 3.
Oh yeah, so he can definitely skip mine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
Or
what
two
else.
smalls. I don't
I don't know
know.
what else you would do with it. So. If Julian is smart, he could. I say that as if he's not smart. Which
Hey, you
is
should be careful with that.
probably
wording.
not the correct wording. But I just mean that like he could throw a blue on the other side of the wall there and keep the Bulbman Lord if he wanted to. But like he's low on Pikmin anyway, so it's
Yeah.
probably a good decision to just get them. He
He
should just
really wants those Bulbmin.
He should have just been putting whites in that poison. Yeah, you gotta wear this guy out.
Pikmin 2 turns into like a wildly different game when you're this low on Pikmin. Just like you can't do a lot of what we like to do in speedruns. Carries become a lot more difficult. Well, feeding whites was probably not a bad idea here.
Was kind of risky, but you know, worked.
Oh god. Is everything alright with them? Okay. Whew. That was... Swearing. Oh, nice flowering of that one leaf blue. Yeah, when you have few purples like this, it's hard to prevent additional deaths. Because you just don't have much firepower for Julian.
So Teddy's sitting on 88.55, which means that he only needs to get 10 bodies total in GK, which is basically means that all he needs
BBB?
is giant breadbug body.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, time for you to get mad at the fact that he didn't deload the Mollywog.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, he left Louie down there. Unfortunate. Gonna have to deal with that later. That is a good question. What is Teddy's PB? I think it's
148 on MU.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was a 140 something. So this is probably going to be pretty competitive with his PB.
Yep. Which is why this mistake hurts a lot. No, that's really sad. Teddy's a gamer. Right, GK2. Let's see what happens here. Right behind.
He doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough Pikmin too.
No! Oh, no way. Is he gonna get bread bugged on this? No, that's so sad. He's gonna lose 3 guys as well.
Oh no, he saved this Pikmin at least.
Oh wow, that was smooth.
A way that you can save that if you realize that that's gonna happen is You can throw like a bunch of whites over, and you can dismiss on the treasure.
Yeah, dismissing helps them get over there.
Or maybe he could have seasicked them onto the sheer grub. Because if the sheer grub walked close enough to the treasure, then the whites might have gone to the treasure after trying to pick it up. But I don't know if that would have worked out. That's kind of dependent on the pathing of the sheer grub.
Maybe he just wanted the bug money.
Yeah, when he needs like only
10.
GBB.
That 2 or no 1 from the sheer grub is really important, dude. Julian toughing it out in FC4. Yeah, I'm curious. This is good pace for Teddy, isn't it? Like competitive with PB.
This 3 does not look very good. And he's gonna have to rush over there to make sure he doesn't get bread bugged again. Except you can't really do that and just leave this path unattended.
Ooh, yeah. Let's hope that the red bug spawn point isn't close to them.
he already
Yep,
got it.
it was. Oh. That's really unfortunate. That's the GK classic. Watch him get a high invigorator or something on 4. Oh no, I may have spoken that into existence. Not sure I like this way of killing the bread bugs. I feel like it would make more sense to spam throw less Pikmin, so that you don't accidentally throw a purple or something.
I mean, as long as you're not throwing purples, it doesn't really matter. This blowhog is going to get in the way.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be fun. And that anode also just dropped because he only activated one earlier, so now he's probably gonna
Oh,
lose the
Jesus.
whites.
No, that's fine. Alright. Oh yeah.
Well, he's gonna save them now, probably. But he was
That's
about
scary.
to lose those whites. He also didn't leave a captain at the hole, unfortunately.
Maybe some nerves from the nice pace are catching up to him. Alright, I see this form. Is the high invigorator here?
It's like nothing is high, I think.
Oh, that's pretty rare. Nice.
It's like a 50-50 whether something is high in this game.
I'll check the stats sheet, because I think it's like actually pretty rare. Or less common.
It's like 25% for each, and unfortunately, because he did that low down cam in the beginning, the white goodness fell off the house and got bread bugs.
Oh no.
So he got triple bread bugged this run.
Yeah, okay, something high is 56%.
Which
Triple
is
bread
why-
bug is crazy.
Which is why, kids, you do not want to low down cam this for.
This is a scary situation for Julian. Yeah. Oh, any deaths from that? Nope, doesn't seem like it.
He had 50 Pikmin, including the Goldman.
Probably
So,
was
I
only
mean,
like a couple frames from losing something there. Sorry if you could hear that. Weather is extremely bad outside right now. At least Julian's gonna get his reds back now, so that'll help make COS and GK less of a pain with low Pikmin.
I mean, he's probably gonna have to pluck some, because he grew some on Enter FC.
All right, he did. I think it was only like 2 or 3.
Also,
Okay,
he got.
no, not sure.
Did he not get the fossil yet? I'm assuming the fossil didn't get in yet.
Fossilized today, I think it didn't get in yet. Thing is, he also had a bunch of leaf blues, but he discarded them right before going onto the bridge.
Oh,
But
okay, I don't see it. I think it did the funny thing. Let's see.
Oh, that's gonna be great. I'm so ready for this.
You're not gonna see it on the pause menu.
Is that recoverable? Or is
I
it?
mean, yeah, it's just gonna be super slow. Oh, he's not even gonna check, dude. Okay, no, he's gonna check. I thought he was just gonna leave.
Oh, that would be really funny.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know, dude. He hasn't seen it.
I'm
Okay,
so
he's not
excited
even
for
gonna
this.
check. Okay, well, you see it's not there, right? So
Yeah.
the only logical explanation is that it did the thing where it went over the hill, which I'll show you a clip of afterwards.
Ah, thank you. I'm really curious what that looks like. All right. Eddie gonna need sub 3 minutes, sub 2 minute 30. GK6 in order to PB. Very exciting.
I think he can get a 3-minute floor and still do it.
Yeah, I think his exact PB is 148.12.
So if Teddy gets like 16 in bug bodies, including, or no, not including giant bird bug, so he would have to get like every single one of these anodes, and he could skip a small, which is going to be the ham, which is unfortunate because the ham is in the closer spawn point. Okay, he's just gonna get it anyway, which is understandable.
Yeah, I feel like it makes sense not to mess around too much here.
Now, they are not gonna kill that electricity before they die. So.
Ooh, yeah, that was not the correct amount to put on there for sure.
Oh, and okay, he had to whistle off that so GBB would grab it.
Does putting Pikmin on a body, then whistling them off, make GBB more likely to grab onto it?
I don't know about more likely. It's just that like he tried to move it closer to the ship so that GBB wouldn't like walk far, and it ended up backfiring because like that was time where GBB couldn't like get attracted to it. Like I don't think he's more likely to grab things depending on whether Pikmin are carrying them. I think he just picks something that is grabbable.
Interesting.
But I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'll ask Kemi about this.
I think this is going to be beating Teddy's PB.
Yeah, by a pretty fair shot, I think. This is a 147.
Which means, Teddy, that you should play more Payoff Dead, because you can easily beat your PB.
That's very fair.
Because it's not like this run was riddled with mistakes by any means. I mean, like, things happened throughout the run, but overall it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty clean. Thank you, Kemi, in chat. Yeah, that's looking like a 147 for sure. 45? $45, 44, 45. Yep. Nice job, Teddy. Congrats on the PB.
Alright, so that's GG's to Teddy. I had to mute there for a second. So let's see if Julian decides to finish this one off. I assume he will.
Yeah, he's not very far from the end at this point. And he also has like a fairly decent shot at PBing, I think. I mean, he has 22 minutes to finish COS and GK.
I don't know. Do you know what Julian's PB is?
210.
210. Still doable, I think.
Yeah.
It depends on how hard he gets bread bugged, honestly, because we know that the bread bugs are going to be a thing.
No, right, yeah. I wonder if he'll get TC. He's still like a good bit ahead, isn't he, in terms of money?
Not anymore, because he didn't get the fossil.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh no. What's he gonna do with that fossil?
He was like 7960 something, I thought. I don't remember.
He's definitely needing to get mine then.
He's definitely getting mine, and he's probably gonna force getting TC, even if he doesn't know it's good.
That makes sense. That would put him... I mean, forcing mine in TC is like, what, 70 and 80, 150? And the Ursidae is 10. So he'd be 40 ahead, considering...
The Ursidae is 160, so yeah, that's missing 10.
Yeah,
But
that's what I
But
meant.
he's still gonna be 80 behind because of like you need to be like 80, 180 to skip mine. So he's still gonna be pretty behind on money. And I don't know what he's doing in these hallways, because this is not it. Like, you know where the dig is, dude. The dig is
Maybe he
not going to
hasn't
be
realized.
down that gigantically long hallway.
I think you just missed the read on the treasure gauge.
Also, Julian falling into the the thing that I mauled about when I watch less experienced players, because he's trying to snipe a snitch bug in normal cam, which is really difficult.
That's fair.
$147 IGT as well from Teddy, because that was reset list.
Oh, yep, no reset here. Everything went pretty well. I mean, in terms of resets at least. Right, this is the last treasure on CO3, right? So let's see what happens with the time capsule. Dang, he didn't unbury it, poor guys. Aw, had all his time.
Oh, he's not even gonna look for it, dude. No.
Ooh, that's scary. Now
He's probably
he
not
can-
even gonna be able to finish if he doesn't get TC.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, because he's got 50 and 80. Yeah. He's gonna be really low on money. What else can you get after that? I mean,
So
you
you're
could go
only-
back for loaf nugget, I guess.
Well, okay, so if he got TC and mine, he probably would have been like 50 short out of GK or something along those lines. So he could have gotten Scourge and been fine. But now that he doesn't have TC, he's gonna be like mega behind. So his best bet at that point would be to get Gherkingate, assuming that like you could do the purple throws to get it because you don't have yellows.
Jesus, yeah. I wonder if we're gonna see the run even finish then.
Yeah, he's gonna get through GK, I think, and it's gonna have to get Mercy killed because there's just not enough money available. Also lagging a little.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a refresh. Okay, that's fine. So let's see how many Pokos he has right now. 86, 97, and you want entering GK, you want 88, 45 to be good on bugs.
Ooh,
So he's
yeah.
well over 100 something behind, even with mine, I think.
Yeah. Even with mine, he's gonna have like 50 to make up. I mean, he could like go back for a love nugget or something if he wants to do that. Yeah, 'cause that's 3, 100, and then 45.
Yeah, that's true. He's only going to be like
148.
50 thing, which isn't impossible to make up with bugs, I
So
think.
68. 68. And then with the 20 from the bugs, or the 2 big bugs, that's 48 he needs in bugs. If he wants to just get the debt paid off at the end of GK. Is he not getting mine?
Well, he has reds, so he can't. That's
So he
another
has...
thing to consider.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming that he's realizing that he's going to have to get Scourge or something, because it's technically a faster route to get Scourge and Mine on the same trip. But he could have just gotten both of them here. Like, he's going to have to take out Blues to get Mine.
Maybe he's not aware that the money pace is hurting.
He does not know how to do the scale stuff, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so the way to recover this, you gotta put a purple on the 1 scale. Oh, dude, no.
Oh, this is really sad.
This isn't gonna
Oh.
work because you got a nap, dude. Either way, you're gonna have to figure it out with Louis. So, like, the way that we normally do it is you put a purple on the opposite scale, and then you throw a white to get the whites directly behind you, and then you can C-stick back to get enough Pikmin off the scales that you can raise the one that you're on.
Dang, that's twice now that he's succeeded in the knapsack and fallen back down accidentally. Alright, 3rd time's the charm.
I mean, worst case, he could just throw everybody up the ledge, but...
Oh yeah, I
mean-
guess you can do that. That's probably, yeah, that's very dead.
Dude, you gotta... Okay. You just walked back down again.
No! Come on, Julian!
Julian, pick up a white, dude. You can do it. Oh my. Alright. Yeah, alright. He's given up. He's conceding to the scales. And even then, like, getting the purples up the scales is not the easiest thing in the world.
He got it though, unless he accidentally falls back down again.
He didn't. Okay, he did whistle as other captain. I thought he didn't for a second.
That would have been so funny.
The funny thing is that he could get Cookie here to make
Yeah.
up some, because it is a good layout for Cookie.
How much is Cookie again? Is it 40?
25.
Oh, it's so bad. Oh.
Oh, he's got to not get bread bugged. There we go. See, when in
And-
doubt, just go sticks forward and you should be fine.
Don't be salty, Teddy. You could have dismissed.
I mean, he would have had to throw over like all his whites for the dismiss to function how you want it to. So
That's fair.
I haven't really seen anybody mess with that.
This is not a cookie. I don't know. Like, oh, I guess it is. This looks nothing like a cookie.
I mean, it's literally called imperative cookie. So if it's not a cookie, then I don't know why it's called that.
I don't know. It's clearly a Sabli.
I mean, the lid is called the massive lid, and you know, so I think that the names are pretty accurate to what they are, because that is indeed a massive.
Alright. That is indeed a massive lid. I guess it is massive on the size of Olimar. It's just really funny.
Deloading right here is not doing Julian any favors, because not only is deloading the Puffy Blowhog really hard, but like he didn't even do it, and then okay, yeah, you can't save that.
He's getting bugged.
Starts-
No, that's so sad. So many.
So yeah, like not only was deloading like not even working because the blowhog didn't get deloaded, but it also made his life harder because he didn't know which way the room was.
No, don't kill the bread bug with the purples. It is so slow.
I mean, at this point, we're all patiently waiting in anticipation for the end of GK when we find out what his money is.
Yeah. You talk about how badly you played most of SCX? Sure. The classic speedrunner. I got a PB, so now it's time for me to list every single time save about it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if you don't do that, are you even a true speedrunner? I mean, let's
I
be
think you're
honest.
the truest of speedrunners. You're a speedrunner who is not annoying. Dang, shots fired. I love you, Teddy, as well. Congrats on your PB. I heard of palmier? I mean, you mean the coconut tree? Is that a ligma? Are you gonna ligma me with palmier? Ooh, that's a lot of anodes. Yeah, a couple deaths here. At this point, though, it doesn't really matter anymore. Dang, I gotta give it to Julian though. Like, I really respect the courage of toughing it out in this run, even though like from SCX onward, I would say like the conditions were just not there for him. Like fucking 50.
I mean, I would argue since like BK onward.
Yeah, that's very fair. I'm the 50 Pikmin FC
You gotta
stands
rush
in
to
my
that.
head.
My goodness, yep. At least you realized.
Oh god. He's just letting the whites go? Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, probably the best play on.
You know what Updog is? Oh, Updog? Wait. Ligma shields activate. I mean, what's up, dog? Is that it? What's up, dog? That's very funny. Yeah, your SCX wasn't. I remember like Curtis and I were like talking about the 1 and 2 a lot. 2 was just pretty tough to deal with. I feel like you just got a pretty shitty 2 layout on this run.
Yeah, that too existed. Probably the best way you phrase
It
that.
wasn't even a rimwalk layout. That's so funny.
Wait, was it not? I thought it was.
You know,
I don't remember without looking back at the VOD, but I'm pretty sure it was. Oh yeah,
it is still
napping
barely
overhead,
faster.
I believe is faster. If but only if it's at like the middle location on the closer side. If it's at the farther position, then it's faster to walk around.
Yeah, that's interesting. I remember seeing Jack, I think it was, do no rimwalk for that location you just mentioned. Going to the stairs is faster for the close location. Okay, fucking mystery dungeon speedrunner.
Wait, that's me and not Pi. Hold on.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, you got bad stairs, RNG. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate stairs RNG. That's so funny.
He has an FFZ emote called Stairs Luck. It's literally just the PNG of the stairs.
Oh, I need to see that one.
Ooh, Matites. Let's go. You
Dude,
wanna
is
see
that
it?
the 3rd time that he's got metited on this run? Jesus Christ, man, that's just some bad metite luck.
I mean, to be fair, 3 in 1 run isn't the most unheard of thing. It's just that he got 2 in
Yeah.
the early.
It's just that, like, considering like how much suffering he's going through in this run with like the 50 Pikmin FC and all, like, come on, my man, don't give him mid-tights as well in GK5. Just let him be.
Actually sure how many Pokos he needs. Okay, well, he's gonna be at 96.0 something. 96.09 it looks like. So he
Yep.
needs 100 extra Pokos and 2 anodes. After, like, leaving GK, he needs 100 extra Pokos, which means he's gonna need to get Mine and Scourge.
God, I don't even know how you get Scourge if you really need it at this point.
It has a video on it, but the method that he uses could be optimized a bit more. Basically, you do the knapsack that we do in AT for the yellows,
Right?
but you put a purple on that ledge so that you can throw it over to Scourge from on top of the rim.
Oh my God! So you walk all the way around on the rim?
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Then after it falls down from the purple carrying it, you put whites on it.
All right, I admit that I don't fucking know what a cookie is. You happy, Aurora? That makes you glad? That made me look stupid in front of all the viewers in chat? My mom's watching. She's like, wow, he doesn't even fucking know what a cookie is. I hope he knows to get at least 2 anodes on 6. Yeah, I'm praying that he does, because...
He actually probably doesn't need any bugs since he's 100 down, and Scourge and Mine is more than 100.
Thank you,
So-
Urban, I love you as well.
So he probably doesn't actually need any bodies here, besides whatever he needs to get GBV.
Maybe it's not your intent, but now I'm looking like the guy who doesn't know what a fucking cookie is.
Oh yeah, he actually could skip the small here if he wanted to.
Yeah, let's go. Let's skip some more. I can't imagine how it must feel like emotionally for him right now, realizing that his amount of money is not where it needs to be.
I wonder if that's how to get Scourge.
Oh god. Okay. Huh. That was scary. Okay. Yeah, this would have been a PB if the money had been there.
If the fossil didn't take the weird path.
Yeah, that sucks.
Going into FC, I like. It's funny how like I saw that was gonna happen. I assume he just doesn't even know it was a thing because he was just looking around for it and didn't find it. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it was the hill. Like if he goes back into the area, it should be up there.
Like, do you mean that does it path through the gate that you destroyed on day 4?
No, it like goes literally up the hill where
What
the
the
ring.
fuck?
Like you know how you throw the white. You know how you throw whites at the ring in the NTRSCX? Like
Yeah.
it goes up that path.
How? Oh my god.
The game is well programmed. I don't
How,
know.
dude, why do Pikmin defy gravity when it literally doesn't matter at all? But when it's time to get the fucking high invigorator, they're like, no, my feet are firmly planted on this goddamn ground. I hate them. Getting
yeah,
all
if
these corpses.
he literally like full clears GK6, he doesn't need Scourge.
It's alright.
But he needs the red bug.
You're excused.
Mom, the shower's open.
Alright. This is like the full clear. That's wild. I don't think I've ever seen someone full clear GK6. Yep, you're right though. It's exactly the correct amount of money. God,
Alright,
that sucks so much for him.
As soon as he collects this, I'm gonna have to leave, by the way.
No worries. I'll make the interviews if interviews are to be made or whatever.
See how many blues he has. 25. Okay, that's more than I thought.
Yeah, that's more than enough to get aquatic mine.
Albeit most of them are leaves, so it's gonna take a little bit.
It's alright. At this point, he's in it for the cloud of finishing the run.
He's doing it for the vine, as one would say.
Yeah, the vine. Yeah, this is still really close to PB. I feel like he deserves like a shout out for that because, like, even with those big mishaps, like honestly, this run could still have pretty realistically PB until like he had to get mine after like this. Maybe like with a clean enter GK where he got mine on it as well, he would have PB.
Oh yeah, he absolutely needed to realize that his money was too low to skip mine.
Yeah. But it's tough, like when you're not experienced with this game, it's like, oh, you just see numbers. Matching the numbers to like, oh shit, I need to get mine is a the trip. Yeah,
okay,
I like the swap to whites. Bye-bye, Curtis.
Yeah, I have to leave. GG to both the runners.
GG. Bye-bye,
Thanks.
Curtis.
Yeah, I have to leave.
Right,
That
Julian.
was
how
a
are
shit
you?
show.
It was tough, but you know what? Big respect for toughing it out, getting to the end, showing us all, you know, you got the guts to stick with it. And also, it was pretty fucking close to PB, you know, like 212.
Yes.
We were like a minute off, right? A minute or two.
Do you know what treasure I missed? I definitely missed a treasure somewhere. Or did I just didn't get any Pocus at all?
Yeah, you missed Ursidae.
Really?
Yeah, Curtis was all telling me about it right now. Like, Ursidae didn't go in on your Enter FC segment because it went up the slope where the ring is, which apparently can happen. Yeah, and you didn't see it because you, like, It was really
I
sad because
looked.
you went there, you looked, you had the correct idea, and just like not there because it was just a bit
Yeah.
out of camera, I guess, and that cost you 160, and it cost you all the Pokoli that you got from
Yeah.
what's it called, tape.
Yeah, when I got the tape, I planned to get the tomato and instead of aquatic mine, but nope.
Oh wait, did Julian get the SCX7 tape?
No, he
Yes.
got the. Oh yes, but he got the SCX1 tape as well. You both
Okay,
got it.
I got the tape on 1, but I skipped the tape on 7.
Hi Teddy. Congrats on your PB, by the way. Good job.
Hello, thank you, JPEP. I love JPEP.
I love Teddy.
Can I know your time, Teddy?
It was a 147 something.
Ooh, okay.
I got
45,
bread
I think.
bugged.
GG.
I got bread bugged 3 times in GK.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
wild, dude. You got bread bugged on 2, you got bread bugged on 3, and on 4 you got bread bugged. Bread bugged as well. That was just wild.
That's some luck.
You could have had like a 146 or something with just like slightly better luck there.
Yeah.
I hope
Very
this motivates
unfortunate.
you to like get some runs in.
Yeah, my early game was kind of slow.
Yeah, I think you had like a high 29 WFG exit.
Yeah, that's not great.
All right.
Is there
Well, GG, both of our runners.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks
Pi.
for having us.
And that'll be it for today. Looks like our next race is going to be Curtis versus Cap tomorrow
Oh, that's
at
exciting.
7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Who knows when the fuck that is, right? Any Europeans in chat feeling left out? 7 p.m. No, I think that's at 1 a.m. for us. So.
They literally scheduled it at midnight for most of Europe.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Cap. Love you.
It's a funny lit if that's too early for me to commentate it.
All
That was a
right.
race.
Thank you all for watching, everyone.
Have a great evening.